Hey everybody, Jay the Haitian over here. I'm going to put this pole together. This is like the fourth time I don't put it together. But either way, this is a Yaheetee. I'm not sure exactly, but I'll put the link in the video, the description. But as you can see, this is how I got so far. I didn't feel like taking it all the way apart, all over again, to save time. But ultimately, if I can show you this, you will have this shorter part right here. See there where the separation's at? And then you'll put this together. You'll get a diagram from it. But ultimately, you do the smallest part first, then they will connect so you'll be able to twist them on. And then you got the second part right here. And then the same thing while going up. Now this separation is actually right here. So I had started loosening it up, but I stopped, so I tightened it back up again. And ultimately what's supposed to happen is, when you tighten it up, it's not supposed to go anywhere. For safety, obviously. So make sure all the parts are tight. From what I can see, these holes are lined up. Now the bottom one's definitely gonna change, they're gonna rotate, and I will tell you why in a little bit. But for the most part, this is how you'll have that. And then the top part will look like this. So you will have this gold ring right here. Now it will be off, so you screw it on here. Screw it on top of this long bar right here, and bring it as close as you can to the tip of this. Not to seal it, but just keep it on so it can stay on there. And then I'll show you how to use that as well. So it says gold bar right here. Get it close to the edge of this top right here, and that way you're straight. So let me go ahead and set this up again. So what you'll normally get, you'll get those parts for sure. Then you'll get these parts too. I'll bring them over here so you can see. This is your very top portion right here. Looks like a symbol, you know, if you're into band. But this is what's gonna be at the top. So it's gonna be put up like this, and that bar is gonna come through here. And it's gonna be on your ceiling. Then you got this, which is your base. This will be on the floor. So we'll have this like right here. Actually, it's gonna be in that same space right there. Now, these, they're already put together. So as far as I know, you don't have to do anything to it. Just lay it flat, make sure it's on a flat surface, and then put it there. Then you got this right here. This is the cover. Actually, this is the cover is gonna cover up that bar that we had, that black bar. It stands out. So this will be to cover that. And then the smaller parts, you got these things. This is gonna be what's gonna secure that cover at the top. And I'll show you how to do that. Then you got this, I'm not sure how to call these. They're like keys, like hex keys, I guess you could say. But they're like screwdrivers. So this comes with the package as well. You see that? So you'll use that. This is gonna be what's gonna determine if it's gonna spin or not. So I'm gonna show you that next. And this will be to secure the pole at the top. So for the first time, it's gonna be time consuming putting everything together, but be patient with it. Like I said, it's my fourth time putting this together. So at this point, I feel like I kind of am okay with the time it's gonna take. All right, so that being stated, we'll go ahead and get started, and I'm just gonna show you guys how to put it all together. So we'll move this back. So first and foremost, as long as you know all this is secure, it's all tight. Same thing with the bottom part. Now we're gonna move this on top of this. All right. Now, I will tell you this. This bar right here is gonna extend to the top to make sure that the top of your pole actually hits the ceiling. If you don't make sure this extended enough, it obviously won't reach and you're not gonna have a sturdy pole. So make sure that this rotated so you can see it come out. That way you know it's extended. Now I like to keep it low until I have it standing up on the base. That way I can put the top on it. I believe it's counterclockwise it comes down. Clockwise, it'll go up. But I like to keep mine down until I get this on top of the base. That way I can have space to put this on top. Especially if it's a ceiling like mine. Now, if you have a 10-foot ceiling, hopefully everything that you get in your package that extends, and we did have another piece, but we didn't need it. Hopefully everything that you use that extends the bar, it'll actually, you can use that to make it reach. So we're just gonna put this in and just slide it in there. There's no screwing, none of that stuff for this part. There you go. And the good thing about it is it stands on its own. So I don't have to worry about that. Now I gotta get the very top part. See that? I'll bring this up so you can get that closer view. Alright. So make sure this is of course secure. There we go. Get it a little straight. Make sure this is secure because you'll be able to tell obviously if it's loose. So then if it is loose, going the other way, make sure you twist it back solid. Now that's on there. So now we want to get this on the very top so that it's like this. Just put it at the top. So I want to make sure that I have space. Get you a ladder or a step stool or a chair. And then what I do is I bring it up here, slide it in, and then push it down. Now, if yours doesn't have space, that means that your bar is too high. So you're gonna want to go ahead and rotate that counterclockwise so that the bar can go down, and that way you can have space to put your top on top of the pole. So I got space. I'm not gonna go through and go up and down with it, but ultimately just mess around with this. That way you can get it to actually fit on top. So, oh yeah, before we do that, I actually need the other piece. This piece right here. This is supposed to go to secure that cover. There's two things I didn't do. So let me take this off. Alright, so now we want this. So you're gonna put this inside first. And the way you'll do is you put the fat end gonna go towards the top, and the longer part, the slender part is gonna go on the bottom. Just leave it hanging on the floor for now. Then when you're done and you're ready to actually secure everything, that's when you'll slide it up. Alright, there we go. So yeah, leave it on the bottom. Then I always put this at the very top. Just like that. And they will adjust that later. Now, we can go ahead and actually put the top on there. Now, I have another video where it shows you how to set up the floor. So I will suggest that in this video so you guys can see how to make your own floor. And it's mostly for if you have carpet. So if you have carpet, you can put a floor like this on it. Because the carpet is not going to be very good for your pole dancing and moves. Alright, so now we got this. You got space even between this. So that means now we can push this up. But the way we're going to do that is, first of all, we're going to bring this ring up or down so we can have space to see this hole. Because we're going to use that rod, this rod right here, to push in this hole to rotate this up. So now I'm going to put it in there and rotate it up until it hits the ceiling. But I'm actually going to come down a few times just so I can make sure that it's straight. So I use this, push it up. They'll be doing that for a little while. Alright, now you see it got the space, that means it's going up. Now if you feel it like it's going down and you can't reach the gold ring, that's because you're obviously moving the opposite way. So you want to make sure you're going clockwise so that way this can actually move up. And I'm getting more space, so that's what we want. So let's just keep at that for a little bit. So now I got to the point where I actually hit the ceiling. So that means I'm almost there. So now what I like to do is I like to step back and make sure that it is straight. For the most part, it keeps you straight, but I like to double check. And I want to make sure if I have a floor that's separated, as far as having to connect two floors together, I put the pole in the middle of it, so that way we keep it both down. And then I just put some Gorilla Glue in between the cracks, so that way it won't create that divide. So when my girlfriend is sliding and going around the pole, she won't clip her toes, because it's happened before. So that way I fixed that. So we can just put the glue, and then I sanded it down. So I went the extra mile to make sure that she had no problem. And that's gonna happen. It's guaranteed anyway. I was gonna make sure that. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and push it up some more until I'm verify that it's straight. And you can step down and double check one more time if you want to. I mean, it looks straight to me. And I just keep rotating it. Keep going until you can't go no more. For me, depending, because the type of ceiling that we got, I actually do it till I kind of hear a little bit of a dust crumble or flutter. Only because I'm not exactly, don't want to go too far in, but I also want to make sure that I'm actually touching the ceiling. So right now, I want to say it feels like, I think it's already on spin. Yeah, because it's spinning now. So I'll show you how to do it so that you don't have to be fighting against the spin when you're tightening it up, because that's what's going to end up happening. The tighter you get, you're going to be fighting against the spin. Like I am doing right now. So to stop that, because I'm going to be working extra hard, and I'm going to show you the bottom part, which is the non-spin. Let me see. Put this down. Probably gotta do it even lower. Come on, man. Get in there. All right. Get this one more time. All right, so for this part, this is how we're gonna make sure that it's not on spin. Because right now, I can do this, and I'm just spinning. So I want to take it off spin. So ultimately, these holes at the very bottom, on both sides. Now, from my experience, is they're either gonna be one or the other, or both. But what's gonna happen is when you tighten up the bolt that's in there, the nail or whatever, it's actually the screw that's in there, you're going to be taking it off of spin and leaving it on spin. So now we're just gonna see if I can find it. So it's not this one, but it's not really making it easy for me to put it in there. So we'll try, it's probably this side right here. So now, I feel it. So now I'm in there. So now if I tighten it, because it's loose. So if I tighten it, it doesn't go anywhere. See that? So now it's rigid. That's what we want. Same thing with this. This does not go anywhere. You don't hear no slack, none of that stuff. So now it's off of spin. So now I can continue screwing it all the way to the top, to the ceiling. Now that it's secure, you can actually keep turning. You see this? It's not moving with me now, which is good. So now, keep turning. Keep turning. So you can't go no more. So, here's a little dust of pebbles. Either way, this is up here. It's secure. You can try it out yourself. I'm not going anywhere. Alright, so now I'm going to take this off and bring this gold ring all the way down to the bottom. That way it secures that part. And that's not going anywhere either. So make sure it's all the way at the very bottom of this. And I think that makes it even more secure. So you got that. Now, after you're done with this, done with this. So now we gotta put that cover back on here. So of course you should get like 2 screws that come in with yours. So I'm bring it all the way up. And I gotta see if I can fit these screws in here. I feel like I need to show this to y'all, but I'll probably have a picture included. Nah, it's easy. Just put this screw in. Alright, that was in there. So now what I'll do is just tighten it a little bit. So I want to do the other side. So I'm going to bring y'all close so y'all can see this. Here it is right here. As you can see, that's the screw right there. Alright, so basically, just tighten it up. Just like that. Loosen up a little bit so you can have space for the other one. That's what I'm doing right here. Just put that one in there as well. So let's see if I can do that. I might have to not have y'all on here. Alright, so as y'all seen that, I'll put this in here. Alright, so now I'm gonna tighten these both up. Just like that. That one's all the way in. Then we do the same thing to the other side. That one's all the way in. This isn't going anywhere. That black pole is not showing. This is secure. This isn't wobbly. And the pole is complete. So there you go. It's like I said, you'll have some time. It'll take some time to do it the first time, but for the most part, this is my 4th time now. Did a pretty good job again, without having to use instructions. But yeah, this is the pole. Now you can test it out, of course, if you want to. And keep in mind, it's not on spin. So now, so we can see it on spin, go back to the bottom. If it's not this side, it's the other side. Then you turn it counterclockwise to loosen it up. Now we'll do this little shift. And we gotta loosen it up some more. Now it's on spin. But overall, just play around with it. and still make sure that it's secure. So you get that?